guys, I am on a roll. I am about to film my second video during Eleanor's nap time. I'm gonna do my best to get through this before she wakes up, because that was my goal for today, was to film 2 videos while she was napping today. Hopefully get a third one filmed tomorrow. We shall see. All right. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Julia and I like to make videos on motherhood and lifestyle. Today's video is long overdue, like very long overdue. We are doing a pregnancy update, and it is going to be for week 21 through, I'll probably include this week, 31, because why not just make it 10 weeks, make it even. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you haven't watched any of my other pregnancy updates, I think I've only done 2 because there really isn't a lot going on in this pregnancy, so I need to space them out a little bit longer, enough to have content within the video. Then go ahead and check out my other videos. I will link them down below so you can get caught up on everything that's been going on and see what this pregnancy is looking like. If you don't know, I like to do my pregnancy updates according to an app, and I like to see what the symptoms are that they say I'm going to be experiencing versus if I am actually experiencing them. And then see how big baby is. If you hear my cat, he's being a little annoying right now. He's mad that I kicked him out of the room. But if I don't kick him out of the room, then he hits my tripod and it messes with my camera. The baby app that I use, it is the Baby Center app. Yep, Baby Center app. This is my second pregnancy, and I am currently 31 weeks right now. I say I'm 31 weeks, but if you go according to my last period, I am 30 weeks. But I ovulate a little differently, and my menstrual cycles aren't 28 days like the average person's are. They are every 24 to 25 days, and I had already talked to my midwife about this, and I told her, you know, I think I'm a week ahead. I think my due date is the 9th of August and not the 17th. And this was the same thing that happened when I was pregnant with Eleanor, and Eleanor ended up coming 2 days before what I thought was my due date, instead of like a week. So a week later, which, if you don't know, what's really ironic is Eleanor's original due date was November 17th, and I had her on November 8th. And my due date for this baby is August 17th, and I think my due date is actually the 9th. So I had already talked to my midwife about this because I have to see a different one because the one that delivered Eleanor retired. She's like, all right, well, we'll just keep that in mind, and we're not going to change anything in your chart because all of your appointments are scheduled to your due date of the 17th. It's like, sweet, I don't expect my appointments to change or anything in my future ultrasounds because it'll just mess everything up. But her and I are both aware, and I am planning like I am 31 weeks. Enough rambling, let's jump into this video. Week 21. So the baby is the size of a carrot this week. The length is about 10.5 inches, and the weight is 12 and 3/4 ounces. Symptoms that you may be experiencing are varicose veins and spider veins. I didn't have varicose veins, and I still don't have varicose veins, but I for sure have spider veins on my legs, and it's not my entire legs that are covered. It's just like certain little areas I will see. I was like, oh yeah, it's a little veiny than it was a few days ago. And they are mostly like around my ankle area. They're not really pronounced, but you can tell, like at least I can tell that wasn't there a few days ago. So I think they'll go away after I have the baby. I'm not entirely sure. If they don't, it's okay. It doesn't bother me. 22 weeks. The baby is the size of a spaghetti squash. The length is 11 inches and the weight is 15 ounces. Symptoms: acne and stretch marks. I never get acne when I am pregnant. The only time I ever get acne is when I am PMSing. Stretch marks, I don't think I started noticing them this particular week at 22 weeks. I might have. Either way, I have them now, and it's only along, again, my belly button area. I haven't noticed any along my hips just yet. But then again, with Eleanor, I didn't have any stretch marks. At least I didn't see any stretch marks until after I had her. And I went to the bathroom at the hospital and I looked, and because my skin was so loose, I was able to see the stretch marks. Week 23. The baby is the size of a large mango this week. The weight is 1 pound and the length is 11.5 inches long. So we're almost at a foot. And I guarantee at this point for me, my baby was already past a foot long and weighed more than 1 pound. Because I have big babies. Some symptoms you may experience: swollen hands and face, and then swollen ankles. So I have been very fortunate this pregnancy. I haven't been swollen. I haven't been swollen this entire pregnancy. The only time I got a little swollen was this past week, and that is only because we had a huge heat wave and it was in the 90s and the humidity level was outrageous. So I wasn't able to put my wedding band on, but I was able to wear my engagement ring and then my Eleanor ring. And I think it's only because of the heat. Because even in the summer, when I'm not pregnant, my fingers swell just a little bit, just enough so I notice a difference when I put my rings on in the morning. Ooh, don't want to lose that. And then usually, like throughout later in the day, sometimes the swelling will go down, sometimes it won't, but I know for a fact that it was the heat. It wasn't anything else. It wasn't pregnancy related because my ankles haven't been swollen. I mean, sometimes if I am on my feet a little longer than normal and it's really hot outside, then I will notice that my shoes are a little bit tight. But all in all, like, you can't even tell at all. I'm the only one that can notice a difference. Swollen face. I wouldn't say my face is swollen. It's a little more filled out than before I got pregnant. But you can't really tell all that much. Week 24. Baby is about the size of an ear of corn. The length is 11 3/4 inches long, and the weight is 1 1/4 inch, or 1 1/4 pound. Symptoms. So for this week, there weren't really many symptoms other than a growing uterus, and then just saying worries are normal and to know the signs of preterm labor. Week 25. The baby is the size of a rutabaga. The length is 13.5 inches long, and the weight is 1.5 pounds. Some symptoms: thicker hair and possibly paler skin. And if you have paler skin than normal when you're pregnant, it could be a sign of iron deficiency. So bring that up to your doctor if you have any concerns. Thicker hair. Yes, I have noticed my hair is very thick, thicker than normal. And I'm not losing a lot. When I was going through my postpartum hair loss with Eleanor, like, it was right up until before I found out I was pregnant, I was still losing a ton of hair. Like, every time I would wash my hair, there would be a lot of hair on the shower. But now, even though I only wash my hair once a week, I still brush it throughout the week sometimes. There's like hardly any hair that is falling out, and I love it. So I have noticed thicker hair, paler skin. Nope, I don't have that. All of my labs have been completely normal. This entire pregnancy has been normal, thankfully. Week 26. Your baby is about the size of a scallion. The length is 14 inches and the weight is 1 3/4 pounds. Some symptoms this week: lower back pain. Yes, for sure. A lot of lower back pain. And then it just tells you to know the signs of preeclampsia, which is a serious condition characterized by high blood pressure. Most often shows up around 37 weeks, but can happen earlier. My blood pressure is like low. Very, very low. They're not concerned about it, but it's like perfect blood pressure. So no worries for that. Lower back pain. I have had a lot of lower back pain. That's only because this baby is so low, and I only notice it at the very end of the day, and that's when I need to put my belly band back on because the baby is so low. Like, it's really weird. I was telling Josh the other night that I can feel the baby, like, when the baby moves, because the baby is so low, sometimes depending on how he or she moves, I feel like in my tendons, like muscular area, on the inside of my thighs, if that makes any sense. It's really weird. It's only when the baby is positioned a certain way and moves a certain way. But I have been going to the chiropractor. I started going to the chiropractor as soon as I turned 28 weeks, and I will be going every 2 weeks, right up until the baby is born, and then I'll probably go back with the baby afterwards, just to continue the adjustments for a little bit, and then make sure that the baby is adjusted, because they go through a lot coming through that birth canal. 27 weeks. The size of a head of cauliflower. The length is 14.5 inches long, and the weight is 2 pounds. So, extra body hair and restless legs. I've noticed my hair is obviously thicker, but like on my legs and under my arms, I haven't really noticed a difference or anything like that, and I haven't noticed any hair in like unusual places. Restless legs. I did have restless legs. It was between like 27 and 28 weeks, I think. It might have been. I can't really remember, but I did have restless legs. And when I went to the chiropractor, I asked her about it, because she had asked like what areas are hurting you, what's going on, like any concerns or anything like that. And I told her I don't really have any concerns. I just like want to make sure that everything is aligned and good to go for labor and delivery. And this is the same chiropractor. She specializes in pregnancy and like newborn adjustments. So that's why I love her. I went to her when I was pregnant with Eleanor as well. And I told her, I was like, and I'm really experiencing restless legs, but it's only my left leg, and I don't know if the baby is just like pushing on my sciatica or what exactly it could be. She asked what my magnesium intake is and how much magnesium is in my prenatals. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have the box with me. And she's like, go home and check to see how much milligrams of magnesium are in your prenatals, because most of the time they don't have enough in their prenatals, and a woman should be getting anywhere between 400 to 500 milligrams. Sure enough, I go home and I check, and there's only 1 milligram of magnesium in my prenatals. So the following day, I went and I got magnesium supplements. And now that I've been taking 400 milligrams of magnesium supplements along with my prenatals, I'm in golden. I haven't had any restless legs. 28 weeks. Baby is the size of a large eggplant. Length is 14 3/4 inches long. And the weight is 2.25 pounds. I think the baby's 2.5 pounds at this point, and like 15 inches long. I'm trying to think back to how long Eleanor was. I think she was like 21 inches. 20 or 21 inches long. She wasn't very long for being such a big baby. What are the symptoms for mom this week at 28 weeks? It just says you may experience some leg cramping, nail changes, and obviously baby kicks. And around this time is when they want you, or they suggest counting baby kicks. I've never done that because my babies have always been so rambunctious in utero. That I've just never had to do that. But I know for a lot of women, they really count on doing baby kicks. So I don't know how to necessarily do it. Leg cramping, I didn't have any leg cramping since I had started taking my magnesium supplements. And nail changes, some women experience like a complete 180 with their nails. Like their nails grow faster, they are stronger, they're not brittle. Mine are the complete opposite. 29 weeks. Baby is the size of a butternut squash. The length is 15 inches long, and the weight is 2.5 pounds. Okay, now we're getting into the fun stuff. Symptoms: gas and bloating, hemorrhoids, lightheadedness. So I don't have any hemorrhoids. And then gas and bloating, yeah, that's pretty common. For me, at least, when I'm pregnant, is gas. Bloating, not so much. some heartburn, but that's more like 30 to 31 weeks is when I've been experiencing more heartburn than before, which I'm okay with because with Eleanor, I had it so early on. I had it starting at week like 16 with her. It was so bad. It hurt so bad too. Lightheadedness. I haven't had any lightheadedness. Yeah, I haven't had any. All right, 30 weeks. Feel so out of breath. Baby's the size of a large cabbage. The length is 15 3/4 inches and the weight is 3 pounds. Some symptoms: fatigue, growing feet, and mood swings. I have been tired. Very tired. But that's because as soon as I hit the 3rd trimester, I was having a very hard time sleeping at night. And by that, I mean, I would obviously fall asleep. I just would never, and I'm still not able to get into the really deep sleep. That's okay though. It's just my body preparing itself to be up every like 2 to 3 hours to feed a newborn and to run on very little sleep while taking care of a newborn and a toddler. Mood swings. No. I'm trying to think what Josh would say. I really haven't had any mood swings. I've been like very confident and very comfortable and very go with the flow this pregnancy. I've had, even Josh had said, I have had more energy this time around than I did, like this trimester, than I did throughout my entire pregnancy with Eleanor, which is awesome because I'm taking care of a toddler and I have a house to take care of. So I need that energy. Growing feet, nope. And then, yeah, okay, so we'll just do this week too, 31 weeks and 5 days. The baby is the size of a coconut. The length is 16 1/4 inches long and the weight is 3 1/4 pounds. And then, so Braxton Hicks, yes, I've been having a ton of Braxton Hicks contractions, so it's really forcing me to rest when I can and make sure I'm drinking a lot of water. Leaky boobs, yes. I started leaking colostrum this week, and it's really funny because I don't know why I find it funny, but I do. And that's it for symptoms. We're in the home stretch, guys, and I'm very, very, very excited. It's starting to become more and more real now that we're in the final stretch, and like I could be going into labor and delivery in like 8 weeks. So I have a running list in my head of everything I want to get done, and like I need to get done. And then nesting has hit, but there's really not a lot of stuff to do for nesting. It's just like tidying stuff up and everything. But that's besides the point. That is it, you guys. That is my pregnancy update for weeks 21 through 31. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any comments or any questions, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.